Welcome to 5 Good Minutes.
You're listening to today's inspirational message on the book of 1 Thessalonians
with Dan Irvin.
You know, there's something that's deep inside of the human heart, what it means to be human, that longs for justice, that longs for things to be right, that longs for closure, for resolution. I don't know if you've ever had the experience of making it all the way to the end of a movie or maybe a Netflix series, and the ending leaves you with more questions than answers, and you're just left sitting thinking, come on, where's the happy ending? Where's the resolution? Whether it's the final page of a story, a movie, of a conflict, or waiting for the return of someone that you love who's been away, we ache for this, things to be made right. And the Bible seems to speak directly to this ache that's in every human heart. There's a clear promise to this ache. Jesus is coming. He's coming back. You know, Paul writes these words in 1 Thessalonians 4:17-18. He says, "After that, we who are still alive and are left will be caught up together with them in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we will be with the Lord forever. Therefore, encourage one another with these words." You know, notice what Paul doesn't say here. He doesn't say, now calculate the exact timing of all these events or speculate about signs and dates, but he says simply, encourage one another. In other words, the return of Jesus is not meant to make you or us anxious, but it's meant to anchor us, not to panic us, but to prepare us, not to fill us with fear, but fill us with hope. Just imagine you're waiting at the airport for someone that you love dearly to come home, a spouse, a child, a friend, and the plane has landed, the passengers are walking off one by one, and your heart is pounding, not with fear, but with joy, with longing, with expectation. And that's how Paul invites those who are in faith, who have faith in Jesus, to wait for him, not with dread, not with fear, but with delight. Now, the church in Thessalonica, they had questions, I'm sure, just like many of us do. What happens when we die? What if we're still alive when Jesus returns? You know, Paul doesn't give them a chart of what to expect or theological wisdom. He could have, but instead he gives them a promise. And he says these simple words. He said, "We will be with the Lord forever." Not sure how it will look or when it will happen, but we will be with the Lord forever. It means that the goal of human history is not destruction, but it's reunion. It's not chaos. It's Jesus. It means that even when our lives feel unstable, we can rest and know that the future is secure. Here's an important question I think we can ask right now in this moment. If Jesus came back tomorrow, what would you wish that you had done differently today? Is there forgiveness that you need to offer to somebody you've been holding on to resentment? Would you pick up the phone and say, "I love you" to someone that you've been just too busy to call and catch up with? Would you finally surrender that part of your life, perhaps that you've been hiding from God or just holding back from him? We can live like he's coming back because he is. And not as a judge to condemn and to come down on, but as the Savior to complete the story, to finish the story that he's begun. This is not about fear. This is faith. It's not about knowing the day, but it's about being ready every day. And to be ready, not because we have everything figured out, but because we trust in the one who does have it all figured out, the one who rose from the grave and promised he would come again. So we can encourage one another with Paul's words, "We will be with the Lord forever."
Thanks for joining us here today. There's a lot of great content to explore on Orchard Hill Plus and on the Orchard Hill main feed from the weekend. Have a great day.